Is
Going?
It's alive.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy do, folks. It is Brad.
And Krista.
With the Big Family Homestead. And today we thought we would share with you guys some helpful money-saving tips for the holidays, specifically Christmas, but it can really blanket any holiday.
It can be,
Yeah.
It can be birthdays. It can be any time of the year.
Right. And we have a special knowledge when it comes to saving money. We have 7 kids, and then we've got extended family, nieces and nephews and aunts and uncles. And so we really have had to figure out ways to pinch pennies. And today I have a list. I know that's surprising that I would have a list.
Yeah, right.
But we're going to go over some of the stuff that we think will be able to save you a lot of money. And but as we go along, this is live. So, well, maybe for the people participating, it's live. But it's going to be great for playback too, because you can read the comments sections.
Right.
And if you feel like you need to chime in, please do. Just go for it. And we're going to start, okay?
Yep.
So, let's start out by saying, or asking, rather, how many of you feel like you spend way too much money on Christmas?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely. And the issue is not necessarily a spending problem, more rather impulse buys for us, and thinking that the kids know, oh my gosh, this toy is worth $80, so they put a higher value on it when that's really not the case.
Right.
They just like the toys. So we're going to start out, we've got basically a few categories. We've got an overall umbrella category, we've got a food category, and then gifts. And so please chime in as it is pertinent.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so Mama, this is one that we've struggled with and we're just now getting under control. And that is...
making a budget.
And
sticking to it.
we usually got the making a budget problem fixed. Then...
do we stick to it? No.
And we are going to absolutely stick to it this year.
Yes.
You'll see, because we're going to lay out how we're doing this, and these ideas will help you if you implement them.
Right. You know what? I forgot something. I'm
What'd
going
you
to go
get?
get the Christmas book.
Christmas book?
Yep, the Christmas book. The Christmas gift book.
Oh, yes. Then this will tie right in. But making a budget and sticking to it. Now, the tricky part about that is knowing who you're buying for, if you're buying at all. If you're making stuff, or you're baking stuff, or you're crafting something, you need to take into account who it is that you're buying for. Like for us, we always want to make sure the kids get something that's, intellectually stimulating, like a book, and we also make sure that they get something practical, like an item of clothing.
Right.
But they also get toys.
Or some really nice shoes, like some nicer tennis shoes or dress shoes, that kind of thing.
But they do get toys. They're still kids. And so the hard part is knowing kind of what is in their genre, because you can have a single toy that will be your budget buster.
Oh yeah, Legos are a huge budget buster. All of our kids, from the oldest to the youngest, absolutely. Even though David is 20, they still love Legos.
I still love Legos.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't have as much time to deal with stuff like that. But knowing who you're buying for is important, because you may find, we find sales at Walmart all the time of the Legos that are not like the new in-crowd Legos, and you can get like 25, 35, 45% off if you buy out of season, like from a movie, for example.
Right. We try to look for Christmas stuff all year long. Christmas clearance items is what we really try and focus on, because you can get a super cool coat, like a winter coat, after the holiday season.
Like in March.
Yeah, in February or March, depending on where you're at. And you can save that for next Christmas.
And we do that, but you also got to keep in mind the sizes.
Yeah, you got to buy
because if the
size.
kids are, going to be a little bit bigger, just keep that in mind.
Right.
But overall budgeting, show them what we have done in the past.
Okay, so what I did is I just got a composition book, and this one, we've been using this book for quite some time now.
4 years?
Well, actually, I don't know what year I started this. Anyhow.
At least 3 years, maybe 4.
Yeah.
But what she does is we'll sit down before the season starts, and that's usually months before the season starts.
Right.
And we'll say, okay, what are we going to spend? And who are we going to spend for X, Y, and Z?
Right.
And then what we do is we allot the cash and we put it in envelopes.
Yep. We have separate envelopes for each topic. This is a big Dave Ramsey thing where, if you budget you have your finances budgeted, you put your gas money in an envelope, your grocery money in another envelope. That way, when that money's gone, it's gone. You're done. You can't just keep pulling from the checking account or the savings account.
Well, and that way, for us, each individual child, we know if we're going to say we're going to spend $100 on each child. And believe me, that goes fast.
It sure does.
If you're being wise, which we're going to go through a lot of stuff, we're very grateful.
Yes.
Okay, so what we do, again, is we'll write out each child's name.
Yep. We'll make a list of everything, like who we're going to buy for, and then for the kids, we'll make a list of all of the things that we did buy and how much we spent. So this was a previous year. Let me see if I can find a good example.
Okay. Well, you keep looking.
So,
You found one.
I found one. Okay, so here, this was a good financial year.
Yeah,
So
we
we had
made
a
some.
little bit more than little bit more per kid than
now.
But I put on the list, like, here's David and here's Jonathan, and this is what they got and how much we spent, and we try and keep it an even amount of gifts and cash.
Because here's the thing. Kids are different. Some kids are looking over at, well, that kid has 5 presents and I only got 4, even though the 4 presents might even be worth more than the 5 presents.
Right.
So you got to really keep an eye on the personalities so that you're not creating a stupid jealous moment when it's gift giving time.
Well, and our kids are very, very good. They are not greedy children by any means. We do pay attention, and we are very careful about, everybody getting equal amount of things, and money spent. But our kids are very, very grateful. So.
Okay, let me see here. Levy Missy 11 says, I buy for 15 people a year, and I'm trying to save $125 a month for which I can get stuff. Now,
that's great.
That's great, but I'm going to tell you something that we did, which I'm so glad we did, because finances have really dropped off for us, and it would probably have been really hard to have a holiday where we could actually give gifts. But when we were making money, 6 months, 8 months, a year ago, we had our bank set up a Christmas club account.
Right. Credit unions generally have a Christmas club account where you could put money in, but you cannot touch it until
October.
A certain date. Like ours is October 1st. The bank will automatically put that money into your savings account on October 1st. And then it's yours to spend. But until that point, you can't transfer anything out of that, which I think is a fantastic idea.
It is. Because all we did was kind of round off deposits and be like, okay, there's $20 here. Oh, we got another $100 this week. Or
Right.
we rounded off so that the bills are still paid, but then now we have enough.
We'd throw in any extra that we had into that Christmas club account. So then we had enough for Christmas this year.
Now, let's go a little bit more on the envelope method. Once you've got your budget, you've mapped out who you're buying for and how much you're going to spend, we recommend the Dave Ramsey thing. You get all the envelopes for each person,
Right.
and then you get that money in cash. This is important.
Yep.
Get it in cash, And then when you're buying stuff, when it's gone, it's gone.
Right. And now I know a lot of you buy stuff on Amazon, and you can do that, but make sure that you take that cash
And deposit it.
Put it in your checking account so it covers that money, so it's not disappearing, or it's not,
Right.
You're not taking money from your bills and then, oh wait, I've got this extra $50. Oh, well, I can buy them something else. No, it's that money's got to go to the bank.
you're gonna break your household budget.
Exactly.
So that's one way that you can save a ton of money. And let's talk about other things here when it's overarching.
Yeah.
Look for store cashback deals. A lot of retailers will do like a points system, or Kohl's will do like Kohl's Cash. And well, you talk about Kohl's Cash because you love Kohl's
I
Cash.
like Kohl's Cash a lot. So when we have something that we have to get for the kids or for us, we'll go to Kohl's, and I know a lot of you are like, oh, Kohl's is so expensive. Shop the clearance racks.
We only look at the clearance racks.
We only look at the clearance racks. So I find jeans, I find shirts similar to this. We find stuff for less than $20, sometimes $5 and $10. I found a belt the other day. Was it $1.20?
It was $1.
It was $1.20 for this belt. I couldn't believe it. And it was a leather belt.
For instance, I bought her this shirt yesterday, and the original tag was $50. I got it for $15.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
look for the kickback deals in the stores because they can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Now, here you go. Boom.
Make a list when you're shopping.
Before you go.
I take this book with me because, well, okay, you know what? This is really cool because, we're going Christmas shopping. We forget what Lego sets we bought for the kids.
Yeah, and we
Guess
can get
what?
the same one. Oops.
And we've done that.
We have done that.
We have done that. But I write down what set it is in these books so that when we go Christmas shopping, I take this with us, and then I can reference back, oh, well, this person got this 2 or 3 years ago. Let's find something else.
A couple comments. Ann Waters. I'm making homemade gifts this year. Fresh Italian bread, apple bread, banana bread, etc.
Awesome.
We're going to get to that. Homemade gifts is a huge portion of what we're talking
huge,
about.
yeah.
Daryl says, we don't do huge on Christmas,
Yeah.
but we do find out from everyone what they really want. That's an excellent point. Yeah, don't buy unneeded or unwanted gifts.
Right,
Excellent point. Butterfly Enterprises is appreciating the Kohl's Cash.
Yes.
And
They have an extra coupon for kitchen appliances.
Whatcha. So, and hello, says Elizabeth. I take a book shopping with me for the birthdays.
That's
Same
awesome.
thing with holidays.
Same kind of thing. Same kind of deal. Yep.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Now, overarching things. This one is absolutely huge, especially if you don't have a big budget. And that is, you don't have to spend any money to make amazing memories for your family.
Right. Especially those of you with smaller children, they love this kind of thing.
For example, just a few that I wrote down. How about going and driving around to see holiday lights?
Yep. I know. I think I don't know. It's a couple hours south of here, but they do a big Christmas lights display.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It's huge, and we didn't get a chance to go see it last year, but we're gonna attempt to get it.
But it's free
there this year.
And
Right.
I guarantee you, those kids are going to remember that.
Yeah.
But also, how about take them sledding?
Well, and your favorite is making
ATV.
Well, yeah, but making a snowman.
Oh.
Last year you guys had a blast.
Last year, Claire and her boyfriend Cody and Jonathan and I and the little kids, we made a snowman, and then we destroyed it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I even tried to burn a used up Christmas tree, like with Jimi Hendrix style
Didn't
flames.
work.
It actually petered out.
Yeah.
But going sledding. How about making cookies with the kids?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, get the family together. If you have aunts and uncles, get all the aunts together, or uncles if they prefer that.
Yeah.
Get everybody together and make Christmas cookies.
Decorate them.
Yeah, that's what Cody's family does.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Now, you guys make some suggestions, because I'm going to keep going over our list here, but you guys might have things that are just awesome and
Right.
we need to know about them. So other things like reading favorite Christmas stories.
Yep, definitely. There's one that is one of our favorites, And we don't do the SANTA thing.
We don't.
Yet we still like to read the Polar Express.
Yeah.
We watch that movie. What's the other one? Night Before Christmas.
That's not really a Christmas
No,
movie.
no, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the book.
Oh, Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Twas the Night Before Christmas. I couldn't think of the full title.
But the important one that we read is obviously the
The
Nativity
Christmas
story.
story.
The Nativity story.
Right.
And we'll try to do things where the kids can make decorations and know exactly. For us, the Bible's paramount.
Yes.
And so for us, we want to make sure that they connect the dots. That this is not about presents. It's not about eating. It's not about doing stuff. It's about what happened at the Nativity
Right.
and how our salvation was bought for a price.
Exactly. Elizabeth has a good idea. She said you can pick up really good books at the thrift stores.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And
Yeah.
we'll get to that too. We got secondhand stores on here.
Yep.
But are there any other ideas?
Fruitcake is a good gift. I've never actually eaten fruitcake.
Paula Eden says, we always do a prank gift. It's a lot of fun. That would be kind of fun. I mean, as long as you're not like hurting somebody's feelings, you've got to be careful with that.
Right. Parent guilt is real. I have a 2-year-old and one on the way, and she doesn't know it's Christmas. She doesn't care about Christmas, but you see on Facebook pictures of folks having amazing Christmases. That's the thing. You need to avoid that. Avoid that trap of Facebook guilt, because that's huge. Oh, they're having such a fantastic Christmas, when in reality they might not be. It's just a fake.
Well,
pose,
to them,
but-
yeah. And it's, you know what? I understand the pressures because Facebook is one of those black holes where everybody feels like they have to fit in. Everybody feels like they can't show their real lives, so they only show the happy selfies.
Exactly.
And the reality is our lives are not like that all the time.
Not at all.
Most of the time they're not like the perfect selfie life.
No.
And when we believe that that's how everybody should be, that's when the guilt comes in. And so I would just say, you know what? Watch those posts, read those posts with a grain of salt, because nobody's life is like that all the time.
No, not at all. Ours is not like this all the time. Trust us. We have ups and downs.
Hey, Bandana Grandma.
Hey there.
Keep the comments coming, guys. If we can't read them, we apologize. It's just there's a lot we want to go over. I haven't even gotten through the first paragraph.
Yeah.
We apologize. It's just there's a lot we want to go over. I haven't even gotten through the first paragraph.
Yeah. Andy's backyard and shop is here.
Who's that?
He is the fella that made us the key ring rack.
Oh!
And I have to apologize because it was on our refrigerator
And
and
it
it
broke.
fell. 2 of the boards fell off, but refrigerator
and
and
it
it
broke.
fell. 2 of the boards fell off, but
It's over there. It's over there, isn't it?
It is over there.
Go
And
get
there's-
it. Let's show it off.
Okay.
Yeah, because we loved it. We loved the gift you made. And here, there's another thing. If you have a skill or ability, make some gifts. Let's see if I can find any other comments before we keep going. The music will. I gave my. Let's see if I can find any other comments before we keep going. The music will. I gave my brothers 10 years and younger a huge box. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat that. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull that one out just because it's family friendly stuff, guys. So, yeah. All right. And that's not a normal thing. We're just, we got to keep this clean.
So this is the shelf or the key ring. I just dropped something. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the key ring rack he made for us, and I went to adjust we put Velcro on the back to stick it on the refrigerator, and I went to adjust it because it was crooked, and I dropped it.
Yeah.
So,
but we're very grateful and we
yes.
love it. We got to repair it.
I just have to put so.
But we're very grateful and we
yes.
love it. We got to repair it.
I just have to put these back, glue these back on, and
yeah, I'm thinking construction adhesive.
yeah.
But
yeah.
stuff like that's great. Okay, moving on. Travel. Here's the deal, guys. If you travel for the holidays, do yourself a favor and book those tickets, flights, trains, buses, whatever it is going to be, at least 10 to 12 weeks beforehand, because you're not going to get a good deal if you wait till a week before.
No, definitely not.
Just not going to happen. But you can save literally 50% by booking those things in advance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. let's move on to food. Food is a really big money item when we're talking the holidays and Christmas. Okay. And so, does anybody have any ideas on food? We're going to talk, and then what's the matter?
Nothing. Bandana Grandma said that it keeps skipping and doubling back. Nothing. Bandana Grandma said that it keeps skipping and doubling back over what we said.
I think that's in her chat. That's happened to me before.
Oh.
She's got to change the way her chat is set up. So, food. Food becomes a big expense, and it really doesn't need to be as big as we make. It becomes a big expense, and it really doesn't need to be as big as we make it out to be. First things first. What we do is we will plan out X amount of holiday meals. Like we always have 3 things, pretty much generally, Mama. What are they? Always have 3 things, pretty much generally, Mama. What are they?
Oh, we have Christmas meat. We have prime.
And we'll explain why we can do that, because that's expensive.
Yes, and that usually is a budget breaker sometimes. So we have.
But we got a solution.
So we have a big solution.
We always have ham.
We always have ham, and not all on one day. Trust me.
No.
We spread this out over a few days, several days. Trust me.
No.
We spread this out over a few days, several days. Sweet potato casserole is a big one. Bread, that's a
lots
huge
of bread,
one.
lots of
bread.
cookies.
This is a high starch, high carb dinner.
We are not counting the calories on those days.
Not on those days. Dinner.
We are not counting the calories on those days.
Not on those days. No. We and then cookies, of course.
Well, explain what Christmas meat is, because it's a great meal, and it's a family binding kind of thing for us, and it's actually cheap.
Yes, Christmas meat. When I met Brad, I learned what Christmas meat was, and it was a pork loin or a pork roast, and then a veal roast, so a small piece of veal.
But we don't use the veal.
We don't use the veal anymore. Roast, so a small piece of veal.
But we don't use the veal.
We don't use the veal anymore. Because I like our baby cows.
Yeah.
So what we do is we take a pork loin, makes it a little bit leaner. We roast that with onion, salt, and pepper, and then we cut it into small little cubes. And then out of the fat that's left over, the juice that's left over, I make a gravy. And in that gravy, it's just a traditional gravy. Then in that gravy,
the key ingredient,
which makes it this best Christmas meat ever, is a spice pack with bay leaves, peppercorns, and cloves.
Yes.
And you put that in some cheesecloth, and then you put all of this together, the gravy, the cubed meat, and the spice pack, and then you let that roast in the oven for 2 to 3 hours on a very low temperature.
And then
the
magic happens.
Then the magic
Fresh
happens.
Loaves of bread. You tear it apart, throw it on your plate, and then you put that gravy and meat over there. It is sinfully good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So, you know what, guys? Everybody's saying that it's. Are you guys refreshing? Because yours isn't doing it. Mine's doing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any comments in a while.
Then we put it over fresh bread, and it's really, really good.
I haven't seen any comments in a while, but let's see.
Yeah, it's all.
Live chat.
Yeah, I know it's irritating.
We're trying.
I don't understand why it's doing it. Rebooted, double stopped.
Stopped, or doubling stopped.
I'm gonna go ahead and close this and start again.
Can't watch anymore. Keeps repeating everything. That's not up to us, guys.
I mean, we could stop the stream and start over.
No, it says people are saying it cleared up.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. Well, we're going to continue on. Now, other things with food. Try to buy your ingredients when they're on sale. For example, right after Thanksgiving, if you want a turkey, it's going to be way cheap. Usually like 99 cents a pound.
Oh, yeah. It's really, really cheap.
Yeah, and other things. Look for restaurant supply stores that will sell to the general public, or bulk food stores, but our favorite here is Aldi.
Aldi is awesome. They have everything that is, like, okay, Doritos. They have their own brand of nacho chips, and they are just as good as the Dorito brand. There are so many different things that Aldi has that taste just as good as normal. Are you trying to check that out?
I'm seeing if one of our computers has got the sound on. Can you make sure that has the sound completely off?
Yeah, I can.
We'll see if we can figure this out, guys. All right, because I'm wondering if something is picking up. Go ahead, you can take it out. We're gonna try and figure out what's going on. So, hopefully. Okay.
And it's on. It's not on ring. So.
Okay, so hopefully that helped.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Mine actually. Yours is actually what's on. People are saying it's okay now.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect. Sorry about that. It's not really up to us. It's the stream.
Yeah.
So okay. Hopefully you guys hung out with us there through the dark times.
Yeah.
We were here and you helped us through the dark times, people.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Okay.
Your pills.
Brad, your
pills.
pills.
Okay. So with Aldi, I know that there's another store, and I think they're owned by the same company, but we don't have that particular one. Banner Grandma's Lidl.
Lidl.
We don't have that one here. However, we have Aldi, and we save so much money when we go to Aldi. The chips are half the price. I mean, we get them a bag of chips, big regular bag of chips for $1.40. Butter is generally about the same price, but usually about 50 cents cheaper, which is great when the holidays come rolling around.
And we buy extra after Thanksgiving because we know we're going to have to do with cookies.
Right, because it's always on sale. And there's a gas station here, and they have dairy products there, milk, eggs, butter. A lot of times they'll have butter on sale for $1.99. and a pound. So we will go in, and you're limited to 10, or is it 5? No, it's limited to 5. So he'll go in and get 5. I'll go in and get 5, and Claire will go in and get 5. So we stock up when that's happening.
Yeah, what about Aldi potatoes I'm seeing
Yes.
here? They're cheap.
They are so inexpensive.
Well, and around here, guys, there's a lot of farms, and so things that you can get in massive bulk where they're just super cheap, like potatoes. It's not uncommon to see 20 pounds of potatoes for like $2.
I've seen them for $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of potatoes.
That is a lot of potatoes.
So, but anyway, try to buy when the sales are on, and also, now cookies and treats. Make your own. Make your own. Even if you're busy, try to find some time, because anytime you go and buy like a bag of cookies, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be double what it would cost you to make them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't buy. I mean, I understand if folks don't know how to make cookies, they buy the refrigerator cookies.
Watch some of our videos.
We have several Christmas cookies out. We don't make a ton of cookies because there are a select few that our family absolutely loves.
Which are
the frosted pecan cutlets, which are very putsy.
They're so
but
good.
They are so delicious. And then the pecan crunch cookies.
No, they're potato chip cookies. And yes, they're one of the main ingredients is potato chips.
Right.
And they're delicious. Imagine like a shortbread that's lighter, fluffier, thinner.
With pecans and potato chips.
Oh, the crunch is perfect, and it's not like salty.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah. And then, what are some of the other?
Well, we have to have Chex Mix.
Chex Mix. Those are pretty much the 3 things that we make.
That have to be made.
Because.
Then the peanut butter ones.
Oh, the peanut butter ones with the the Kisses, the Reese's Bells on them.
Right. So if you know what you're going to be making, you can save. What'd you do?
I stepped on a cast iron pan.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
Anyway, if you know what you're going to be making, then you can chalk those things down for when you got sales, like after Thanksgiving, or even sometimes during Thanksgiving sale.
Yeah.
So there we go. And here's the other one. Don't overbuy.
Right. Don't buy a bunch of stuff that is not needed. I mean, butter, if you buy a lot of butter, it freezes really well.
We use it all the time.
Yeah, we use it constantly. So when we buy it, we do buy, every time we go to Aldi, we'll buy 4. Because we'll put 2 in the freezer and 2 in the refrigerator. And that will, 2 of them will last a month.
Hey, Larry A. McCloskey says, Brad is still out of time in the video and sound. Try to refresh your stream, because it's fine on mine, it's fine on hers, and other people are saying it's fine now.
Well, and if don't just refresh, but close it completely and come back.
And come back.
Yeah.
That's what people are doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to move on to the biggest section of the day. And it's one of the biggest sections because it's the biggest section that most people spend money on.
Yep.
And that is gifts.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I saw an article that read that millennials still have, well, it said 24% of millennials are still paying for the debt from the previous Christmas.
It's ridiculous. Oh, and we went over not too long ago how much is spent on Christmas. And it was, I want to say, 750 billion?
Oh, no, yeah.
No, it's like for the whole country, or I can't remember if it was the world or country, but it was ridiculous amount.
It was America, actually.
A couple of years, and we'd pay off our national debt.
It's ridiculous. And so this is one thing that most people, you got to get in check. And it said something like the average family spends $900 per person.
Are you insane?
I mean, we're not in that group.
No, not in any way. We
No,
bring
but-
that average way down.
Oh yeah, we do. We're the bottom row on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, where people will just buy their kid a car, or they'll buy something like that, and that's what drives it up. But it's ridiculous. So we got some tips, and do not forget, put your tips down there too, because the chat stays with the video.
Yeah.
So all right. First of all, value of a gift by a young kid is not how much is spent.
No, it's really not. I mean, you could find something at a secondhand store and clean it up, and they will love it just as much as something brand new.
And let's just say, like in Walmart, for example, they've got the name brand toys, and then on the back wall, they've got all the generically branded toys. If the kid is young, they're not going to care that you spent 40%, 50%, 60% less. Because
all they're looking for is
the toy,
the doll, or the truck, or the cooking, the tea set, or whatever. They don't care if there's a label of Play School on it.
No.
Or Lego. There's so many different.
There's Mega Blocks.
There's Mega Blocks. There's Playmobil.
And there's another one.
There's another new one. Oh.
But they all work together too, by the way.
They all click together, so it doesn't matter.
If you got Legos, Mega Blocks will work with it, and you can save 40% by getting Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
So don't get caught in the trap of thinking that this toy is far better because it's $80 over the $30 one.
Right.
And here's the thing. Here, I've got proof for you guys. And anybody, okay, I'm gonna do a poll real quick here. How many people have bought a gift for a child, say under 6, and they open it up and they set the toy aside and they start playing with the box?
Usually it's like 3 and 4 and under.
They love the boxes. I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again. They're like, they like this big box. Oh, I'm going to get in there and make it a fort, or I'm going to make it a spaceship.
I love the creativity. Heck, buy the kid or get the kid a refrigerator box and wrap it up. Put in markers, crayons, you name it, some tape.
Some stuff on there and write on the outside spaceship and then their name, or castle and their name, or princess so-and-so's hideaway. And they will spend hours making stuff out of that, and usually those are the memories we keep.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to get that refrigerator box from the garage for the kids.
We've been saving a refrigerator box. Well, yeah, the big one. Yeah, and it's nice and thick too. And I mean, when I was a kid, I remember taking boxes and taking them outside and sliding down the grass slopes.
Yeah.
Because we were in Florida when I was young, so there's no snow, but we'd make a nice, and go, woo!
A little toboggan with a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, exactly. You got to watch out for the lakes, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. Boxes are the best, says Velocity. Pretty Girl Nano Farm. My teenagers still do like the box.
Oh yeah.
And that's the kicker.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago I thought, why doesn't somebody sell like a set of boxes coupled with markers, maybe a scissors, maybe this and that, and sell it for like a quarter of the price of any toy, and the kids would just have a heyday with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's a company that sell cardboard blocks. Like those big bricks, and you can build out of that. There was one year. Do you remember the gag boxes?
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Too funny. Walmart has been selling them over the last few years, but when they first came out...
But it's a fake gift. It's all baloney.
It's a fake gift box.
So you put the real gift in it.
Right. So the one that we got for Claire was a video game system on doing household chores.
Yeah, and there's like kids playing with like little plastic rakes like it's a Wii.
Yes.
Or digging a ditch. And
right.
it was so
or vacuuming. I think one of them was vacuuming.
Yeah, so really they think they're getting this gift that's all about doing chores.
Right. And then the other one was extension cords. They were foot-long extension cords.
It was make your own perfect length extension cord. So you got like a box of 50 extension cords, and they have guys like plugging them in.
Yeah.
Which is really, really funny stuff. But you can make your own like that.
Yeah. It was very comical.
So boxes and just understand the little ones, that it's not about how much you spent. Secondhand stores.
Oh, wait a minute. Brandon and her grandma has a fantastic comment. When she was little, her father made her a puppet theater out of a refrigerator box. Mom put on curtains on the opening, and I got puppets to put on shows.
That's beautiful.
That is a fantastic
idea. And obviously
idea.
for her, it's a lifelong memory.
Right. That is a great idea.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Secondhand stores, thrift stores, garage sales. People, you can get some really nice stuff from those places at a tenth of what it would cost you. Books from thrift stores, all kinds of stuff. And some things maybe need a little bit cleaned up, and you can put them in a nice box, but you will save a ton of money if you're looking for those things.
Right. There's a lot of things that you wouldn't get at a secondhand store to give as a gift, but there's tons of stuff that people just dump off there that are fantastic gifts.
Velocity running the sloth, aka Sloth Mom, says, the best Christmas I ever had was when my dad made me a little tiny house that I could actually go in and out of from scrap lumber from his work.
That's awesome.
Obviously, a lifelong memory.
Yeah, definitely.
So just keep in mind, you don't need a lot of money to make amazing memories. All right, Mama.
Here's another comment. My mother would buy hundreds of dollars in Christmas gifts. I love my aunt's coloring book the best. Got one every year.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's something else we do. We give our kids a coloring book, or, what else? Some of the things that we've gotten them. I have no idea, but...
Looms, how to make looms, how to do jewelry. As a matter of fact, that's what Grace is doing right now with that. She's making the bracelets.
Yeah.
So here's another thing, guys. Now I want to share with you a secret, because if you go to thrift stores and you go to garage sales, sometimes you don't know what a thing is worth. And so you can go to Amazon.com and get a free Amazon seller app. Now what this does, it's crazy. Do we have something that has a barcode on it?
Here, the composition book.
Okay. This thing, you can actually just use your phone and take a picture of the barcode, and it will instantly come back with what that barcode is, how much it's worth, how much you could sell it. That's the reseller part. But it says here that notebook is priced $6.99, or
that's for a box.
Yeah.
That's got to be for many.
But it comes right up.
I think I spent $12 cents on that.
Yeah. But that's a way that you can save a lot of money. And if it's at a garage sale and you really want the item and it's like they're like a buck or two high, you can say, well, look, this is what this thing sells for new.
Right.
How about I give you just, $4 instead of $6?
Right.
All dollars add up.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
What's next?
What's next? That's the Amazon reseller app. It's free. You can go to the app store and get it.
Yeah.
I want to come back to that, because this is all this stuff I want to do that last.
Okay.
So let's talk about buying, well, we've already talked about buying out of season
Right.
deals. Okay.
I hate that.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We don't do that.
No.
We do Cyber Monday.
Yeah, we do, because we will buy some stuff online that, we can't buy here locally.
Yeah. But what you need to watch for is free shipping. And I've got a list of a few things that, a few companies that do that. But you can get killer deals on Black Friday. Don't get us wrong. It's just, I don't get into the mayhem thing. I just don't. I'm like, it's going to be nuts. I will just wait.
Right. Christmas gift buying should not be a fight.
Or stressful.
It should be a nice,
memory.
peaceful memory, because you're just going to dread it every year.
And
And
we know people that enjoy that. That's just not for us.
that is not for us in any way.
But what I will tell you is that since we live in a very small town, it takes us about a half hour to get to the nearest Walmart. And usually last year, we just waited until 2 o'clock, and then we drove over to the Walmart, and they still had all the deals.
It still had, well, not all of the deals, but they still had quite a few.
Yeah, like
But
toys they had. It was all the TVs and stuff that were gone.
Yeah, and that's okay. We don't buy those kind of things for our kids. We buy useful things and stuff that they like stuff that's going to make them think.
Yeah.
We're not going to buy video games where they just shut their brain off. We buy them board games or
creative things.
Yeah, stuff that's going to make them do creative things. Legos, definitely. But they always get a set of Legos.
Books.
Right.
Yeah, Claire is kind of a funny thing. She started getting into the, she read the Harry Potter books, and then she was watching the Lord of the Rings movies with us, and I thought she really liked them.
Well, yes.
And she does, but nowhere
does.
near the other stuff. So I got her this sweet leather-bound set of all 3 books, and it comes in a case.
It was actually 4 books because it had The Hobbit with it too.
She didn't even crack them.
The problem with it was we thought they were full-size books. They were miniature size.
Be careful when you're buying on Cyber Monday. They were half the size of that.
Half this size.
So, we don't do Black Friday, but there are deals, and what we would recommend about that.
I did go Black Friday shopping once.
Or never again.
And I am never doing that again. It was ridiculous.
But if you're going to go Black Friday shopping, get yourself a list beforehand.
Yeah.
Mark out the stores that you want to go, and mark out the gifts per store that you want to get, because all of those things are what they call loss leaders in the industry. And that means they're actually taking a loss because they believe that you'll hang around in the store more and buy other things that you didn't really need, but they're higher ticket items for them.
Right. So
stick to your list, stick to your stores, try not to be impulsive in your buying.
Now, where there's one comment I need to mention. Country Homestead Preacher says Black Friday shows how bad greedy people can be.
Yeah, and you don't need that in your holidays.
No.
And also, here I'd like to point out, Almost Homestead says the Amazon Seller app is requiring authorization for a seller account. And that is not free? No, it is free to get an Amazon Seller account. I apologize for letting you believe that you could just get the app. I forgot that you have to have an account. But the account is free, and that enables you to plug products and get a percentage. And actually, that's a great point to point out, that if you guys out there are going to be buying anything online from Amazon, if you go through our link that's down below in the description, it doesn't mean you're not going to pay anything more or anything like that. But if you go click on that instead of going to Amazon.com, but if you go through the link that we have down there, if you buy anything, it doesn't affect your pricing at all, but they actually give us a small kickback.
Yeah.
And so if you don't mind doing that, we would greatly appreciate it, because all those pennies and nickels and quarters add up.
Yep, definitely.
So use that link, and you'll be helping us out without costing you a penny.
Yeah. There was another comment. Elizabeth says, don't forget about craft fairs.
We're getting there.
Yeah, there's many unusual and... what did she say? Shoot, it's gone. Oh, many unusual and original gifts.
So, Cyber Monday, that's more our speed.
Yeah, because you can be at home in the warm.
In your pajamas.
In your PJs, sitting on the couch, drinking tea or hot cocoa, and not having any stress of driving through traffic or fighting with greedy people at the store.
Yep. So, but the trick with Cyber Monday, so that you can save a lot of dough, is be aware of who's offering free shipping deals or how much you have to buy in order to get free shipping deals, because some of these things, even for Cyber Monday, they're called loss leaders as well. So if you stick to your list, you're going to be fine. But if you get on there like, oh, I need one of those too, I need one of those too.
No, stick to the list. And categorize that list by the way the store is set up.
Yeah.
Put your food items on one side, you know, put toy items in one section. That way you're not wasting time by running back and forth. I have that problem sometimes. So I will categorize my list. And I usually do it on my phone because I always have it.
Yeah, now here's a few things that, you know, some of the companies last year, to get free shipping, Apple, you just had to spend $50, which it's almost impossible not to spend $50 on anything Apple. Yeah. Amazon, $25 or more. Kohl's, no minimum.
That's awesome.
You could buy a pair of socks and they're going to send it to you.
Free shipping, nice.
Barnes & Noble, $25 or more. Most retailers have some low number like that where if you just buy something, then it's not going to cost you anything.
Yeah, if you don't have Amazon Prime, you can get a free trial for 30 days and then cancel it after.
But make sure you do.
Make sure you do, because it's not too bad priced. It's like $13 a month for Amazon Prime, or you can buy it by the year. It's $80. But that doesn't exclude you from just the free, or it doesn't include just free shipping. There have movies and music and
streaming stuff.
All kinds of streaming stuff, which is really great.
Yes. Now, just a few things when you're shopping online, Cyber Monday, the whole thing with that. I recommend that if you're buying something that you're not familiar with, like you know that, okay, the kid wants this or the person wants this, but you know it's not exactly the same product, read the reviews. Read the reviews on people that have bought it, and you can quickly weed out the ones that are phony and fake, because that's easy to see.
Right.
But read the reviews and watch out, because there can be admin fees if you go through store cards. You know, and also when it comes to buying store cards, watch out that the retailer, if they're in trouble financially, like for example, Toys R Us.
Toys R Us, yeah.
We bought some items on Toys R Us, and then they basically said we're not going to fulfill that deal. And
they actually did, thankfully, but
a lot of people got really hosed on a bunch of money. With that. You know what? I mean, take a look. What, Sears is on the verge.
Yeah, Sears is bankrupt. They went bankrupt.
So is Kmart.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kmart's gone.
Right. But
it was owned by Sears.
Right.
Or was it Kmart owned Sears?
I don't know.
I can't remember which way it went, but
the point is this: if you're going to buy a gift card, look for those admin fees, so they're not charging you that.
Yeah.
And make sure that it's a retailer that's going to be around. And the other thing is, look for kickbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Cards come with kickbacks if you're watching.
Right. A lot of restaurants, local restaurants, will do, if you buy $100 in gift cards, we'll give you an extra 20.
Or 25, yeah.
Or 25. I'm not sure what other stores do that, but I've seen a lot of restaurants do that.
Well, I've seen Outback cards that do that. I've seen Carrabba's cards that do that.
Yeah. But that's a great way where you can double up on your gifts, you know. Not double up, but you can have an extra gift, or you can keep that for yourself for after the holidays.
Yeah, I look at it as a giant coupon.
Yeah.
Because we really stay away from gift cards, but sometimes you have to, just because of logistics and, you know, where the person you want to give a gift is and how they're going to receive it.
Yeah, that's really hard because our family's spread out all over the country, and I don't know if they have an Outback where they're at. I know I wish we did, but
Well, quick thing, Dreamers Homestead question. I have a question. What does Grace need for her bracelets? I have a lot of beads that I would like to send to her, as well as yarn. Well, in our video descriptions, there's a P.O. box, and she could use anything you could send because she loves making those bracelets. And we've mentioned before that she wants to buy a cow for a family through World Vision.
Yep.
Because our cow has benefited her so much.
She wants to help another family.
Which is amazing. And I am so just crushed with gratitude that God would entrust us with her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so, there's a P.O. box down there, and anything you would send for her making that stuff would be really gratefully appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. What about Pretty Girl, Mama? You want to read that one?
Alrighty. Let's see. Pretty Girl. I only buy what the teenagers need for Christmas, and their fun gifts I go to different cultural markets to make fun food loot boxes.
Cool.
They enjoy trying new stuff. That's a great idea.
Love it.
I like that.
Love it.
Yeah, well, and we have teenagers, David and Jonathan and Claire, they're older, and it's so hard to buy for them, but that's a great idea.
It is. Now, we're going to get into my favorite section of gift giving, gift receiving, and different ways that you can either make a gift super cheap that's awesome and will be memorable and can build those lifetime memories. And here's a couple things. Go ahead and show a few of these, Mama. Things that we've either made or been gifted.
Okay. This one is one of my favorites that Claire made for me several years ago for, I think, Mother's Day. And she took some note cards, cut them up, and wrote all of the things that she loves about me on these little note cards. So when I'm feeling sad or blue, I just pull one out, and it makes me smile. So that's one of my favorite things that I got.
That was gifted, and obviously that means a lot to her.
It didn't take anything. It didn't cost anything. We already had the jar, and she found a small piece of ribbon, and we already had the card, so it didn't cost anything.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counted.
Stuff that's super cheap. Mama's been crocheting.
I crochet, and if you're wanting to think of teacher gifts or Sunday school teacher gifts, these are great if you know how to crochet, or if you find a craft fair that, since you don't know how to crochet and somebody does, these little coasters. They're made out of cotton, and I can make lots of these out of one little skein of yarn, and it doesn't cost anything really to make. It's time. Hats. I like to make hats, and I must say I'm getting pretty darn good at it.
She's getting really good at it. That's true.
But lip balms are another great homemade item that you can give gifts.
And a lip balm, guys. We have access to beeswax because we've kept bees. But if you're making your own jojoba butter and shea butter and beeswax things, these things really only cost about 40 cents to make, including the tube.
Yeah.
And so, that's something that you might want to consider, just because it's a great personal gift that's usable and awesome.
Well, and something that's easy to make with the kids for their teachers or Sunday school teachers, painted pine cones. They make great Christmas ornaments. Our neighbor, the Donna, she made these with our kids one day when they were over there. They were just hanging out with her grandkids, and they painted these pine cones, and it was just such a cute idea. So.
Other things. Meals in a jar.
Yep.
Well, you guys know that we sell the Thrive Life freeze-dried food, and so we can put together a meal. There's actually chicken in here. There's freeze-dried onions and carrots and corn,
green peppers,
black beans, and a seasoning. So this is actually a chicken taco tortilla soup.
This is the chicken one?
Yeah, there's chicken in there.
Oh yeah, there's chicken in there. Usually we don't make it with meat, so that's.
But it's fine because it's been vacuum sealed and it's freeze-dried.
Yep.
So this would last on the shelf for years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. And so, but this is great because this is a meal for 4 people.
Yeah.
And then we got a bean soup that we put together. Once again, a meal for 4 people.
Right. You can can jams and jellies and put a ribbon on it like this, or a piece of Christmas material underneath the lid.
Yep.
Or not the lid, but the ring.
Okay, another one of the jarred up things. How about making your own seasonings, like a steak seasoning or chicken season or a salad season? You can put them in one of these jars easy, and that you can go to a lot of bulk food places and get all the little stuff you need, or teas.
And I was just gonna say that if you're the person you're giving this gift to likes tea, get some really good loose tea with the mesh ball that you can put the tea in, and
slap a ribbon on it.
And then a pretty mug. That's a great gift.
Yeah, and that would cost you probably $4.
Why is this here?
Oh, I don't know why you put it there.
And then also, if they don't like tea, how about homemade hot cocoa?
Who doesn't like hot cocoa?
Was 3 ingredients, and I used the Thrive milk, powdered sugar, and cocoa.
It's delicious.
Yeah. So
and you could frou-frou up the top, slap a bow on it.
I just put some in there just to show how cute it is in a jar.
There you go. Butterfly Enterprise says is Mom's Winter Mix.
Yes, and you could also even put some crushed up peppermint candies in here, and if they like the mint chocolate.
Smash some marshmallows down in there.
You could put marshmallows in there too, yeah. Mix them up into the chocolate.
Yep. Now these are some cool things. The next 2 things I'm going to show you were actually gifts from Homesteader Bob. He actually put this on a lathe. It was a big chunk of wood. I can't remember the woods that he said it was. Do you remember?
One might be walnut
or
cherry. I don't know, but he pressed these. He glued these boards together, and then he stuck this on the lathe and carved that. It's a sauerkraut smasher.
Or a bad child dealer with her. It's a bad child dealer with her.
Right.
I love that. This is a dealer with her.
Right. He also made me a rolling pin. This is birch, and
one solid block.
It is one big piece of wood that. That's a heavy
serious rolling pin.
Yeah, so that doesn't take a lot of pressure to roll out pastries. This is going to do the work for me.
Yeah, but if you're a guy and you have some tools, this could be a really, really amazing gift for somebody, and it probably didn't cost that much because I know he gets scrap wood all the time.
Yeah.
And
he's got trees all over his property,
yeah.
So he can.
And he said it didn't take pretty much any time to make.
No, not at all.
So,
okay, Mr. JCDC says, take your kids/grandkids to the soup kitchen and let them serve the homeless. Best gift of thankfulness taught.
Amen.
That is an amazing thing to do.
Amen. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So if you guys want these particular items, please contact Homesteader Bob. I keep begging him to make them.
If you guys nag him, he'll make them.
Yep.
So yeah, just go to his page and
he's not watching anymore.
No, I know he's not watching. He was watching and now he's gone.
Right.
So yeah, another thing that you can make that is, believe it or not, it's really easy, and that's homemade soap.
Yep.
You know, we've been making soap for 5 years.
Oh no, 7.
But.
Yeah.
To make a nice soap is not that costly, and to get started in soap making is not that costly. You just really need a stick blender, you need an aluminum pot, you need some wood.
No, time out. You need a steel pot.
Steel pot, you're right.
Not
steel
aluminum.
Pot. That's bad. But then you need some fat, some lye. Just get a recipe. Pour the oils in, and you got to be careful with the fumes. But bars of soap cost. 20 cents?
It costs less than 50 cents to make a bar of soap.
And give the frou-frou wrapping.
And it is a really nice gift. Okay, Carrie Parrish is saying, we do 4 gifts. Something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. Love that. Excellent idea. Well, I have eons ago that they do 4 gifts. Actually, I think they do 3. They do 3 gifts. They simulate the gifts that the Magi brought to Jesus.
I want the gold. You can have the myrrh.
Okay. I like frankincense better.
That's fine. I still want the gold.
Of course, frankincense is a burial oil.
Yeesh.
Anyhow, but they simulate the gifts that the Magi brought to Jesus. So that those 3 gifts are. I think that's a great way to correlate the birth of Jesus and Christmas.
Now, here's another thing. So this is a gift idea for maybe teenagers or kids who really want to give a gift, but they just don't have any money. Going off of what Claire made for Mom, you could make little coupon books that have tasks assigned to them, like I'll do the dishes, or I'll do the grass, or I will do whatever, for guys, maybe I will detail the car.
Right.
And if you have a little booklet like that, that's personal, but it's also a way that it's a real tangible, awesome gift.
Definitely, definitely.
Now this one is one that I thought up just before the broadcast started, because how many of you guys remember cassette mixtapes? So I want to see before we keep going. But who here? Because I think most of everybody's old enough.
Yeah.
Cassette mixtapes. Anybody? Anybody? Let's see.
I'll get to that in a second, Jessica.
Let's see who's paying attention. And
anybody do mixtape? Mixtapes rock. Mike DeFazio says.
Yes.
Yep.
And Waters.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, my dad.
So here is a way that you can really just emotionally give into a person that will cost you $0.
Right.
And that's make a playlist and stick it on a thumb drive.
Exactly.
You can, and the way you got to do it is you got to make it that this is how I feel about you, or this is how a subject, or this is about love, or this is about how we've come together, or our friendship. And you pick songs just like a mixtape that just grow emotion into that person or that topic.
Yep.
You put those MP3s on the thing, and now you're still modern, but it's super personal.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't talk about these.
Go ahead.
These are just the terracotta pots. I have had these for 15 plus years. Easy. Brad's sister made these for me. She bought the terracotta pot. She's very crafty. She's really good at this kind of stuff. She got some really pretty colorful napkins. And then it's decoupage right over the top of it. You
just kind of put it on with a big brush.
Yeah.
But that's like something you'd get at Hobby Lobby for $10.
But yeah, I mean, it's napkins. I mean, you get a big package of napkins, it costs you practically nothing, especially if you get them on clearance the year before.
Another thing to create, if you are either crafty or you have access to resources like beeswax. Beeswax candles are really expensive if you buy them.
Yeah.
If you make them, they're not bad at all.
Right. One this size is cost between, and this is an 8-ounce jar, cost between $15 and $20 to buy.
Now, if you've never had a beeswax candle, it's a unique scent. And just here, side note benefit thing of beeswax candles, like most of the candles you get from the store are they're based off of petroleum.
Yeah, they're
It's a
petroleum
byproduct of petroleum. And so when you burn those candles, you're actually polluting the air that you're in with soot that is a byproduct of petroleum.
Yep.
The cool thing about beeswax candles is they actually purify your air. When they're burned, they ionize the air. So they're actually cleaning up the air, and they smell amazing, and they last a long time.
Yeah, if you guys have never ever smelled beeswax, go to the craft store
Oh.
and go to where they sell it in the blocks. Now, a 1 pound block of beeswax is $15 a pound.
But that's, think about that.
Just go and smell it. You can smell it from the outside of the plastic. It is fantastic.
Oh, Mike DeFazio says, I'm making beeswax candles for fundraising show for Saturday.
Oh, very cool.
Rock on. And here's the thing, guys. I looked this up because we've kept bees for a long time. And if you know how a bee frame is, it's a wooden box, like a frame, and then there's a piece of beeswax in there. And when you put that into the beehive, they'll build all the comb and honey on that, or brood, or whatever they want to do. But you can buy those, they call it foundation, and it's a thin piece of beeswax. And all you got to do is heat it up a little bit, and you roll a wick on it, and you've got a candle like that thick, that's like that big, and that would sell for $10, but you could get it for 50 cents.
Exactly. Elizabeth was saying she wished she could crochet. I have not crocheted forever. My mom did not teach me how. I actually learned on the YouTube University.
Yeah.
There are several channels, but the one that I found is the best teacher is Bella Coco. She's English, so she teaches the British version of the terms, but it's easy to remember which one's which, and she actually even does left-handed and right-handed learning of crocheting. But that's how I learned how to crochet. She does everything. So.
Well, Rotmom410 says you can get $1 bandanas available from several sources.
Yep.
Or scrap fabric to make pots also.
Yep, you can get them at the Dollar Tree.
And koozies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are those things that they put around the neck? The folks that we knew.
Oh, they're
Flavans.
neck coolies.
They're filled with.
It's like silica gel or something, but you soak these in warm water and then you put them into the refrigerator and you pull it out. It stays cool for hours.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, it really, really is cool.
So, other things. Let's see. We went over the playlists. We went over the coupons.
Oh, okay.
I think we're actually to the end
Yay.
of our list.
Awesome.
Now, guys, share any other ideas. Put 'em, if you don't get into the chat, put them in the comments section down below.
Yeah.
And please pass this around, because we really think that commercialized Christmas and commercialized Easter, it's just out of control.
It really is. It
I mean,
really is.
they were putting out Christmas stuff
But
October
in the
1st.
Beginning of October, yeah.
And the only way that we can push back on that is just don't buy it.
Right.
Wait. We won't touch a single Christmas item until after Thanksgiving.
And the rule is there's no Christmas music being allowed to be played
Not until after
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no Christmas until Thanksgiving. Let's see. Music Mad said make sure that the wick doesn't have lead in them.
Correct.
Yeah. So.
Correct.
I thought soy wax was okay.
Okay, now country.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Soy wax is okay.
Yes.
But beeswax is definitely better. It's a pure product.
Okay, Country Homestead Preacher, do you have a video on the beeswax candle? We have several videos on making soap, and I think we have a couple on making candles. No?
No, we've never made candles on a video.
Because we make them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We'll have to put that in the future rotation.
Yeah.
So
These
sorry about
actually
that.
were gifted to us. Ellen sent these to us.
We have several, but they just were convenient, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
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 So, okay, other people are chiming in.
I kind of hoard the beeswax candles. The
We
fact
do.
that he lit that, I was like, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. See, she's the kind of lady that she'll put out holiday towels and won't let anybody touch them.
Time out.
She freaks
Time
out.
out. I've changed over the last several years. I don't do that anymore. Be quiet. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Mine's bigger.
It's not about the size. What?
Stop it. Rice hand warmers and neck warmers with rice. That's
Yes.
a great idea.
Yeah, you throw them in the microwave.
Mhm. You can also use wheat berries. I had one that had wheat berries in it. They even have them for little kids, like little stuffed animals that have just a pouch of wheat berries in the bottom with lavender essential oil on them, and you can heat them up in the microwave, and that's such a soothing thing for little kids.
Oh my gosh, Music Mad says Christmas stuff was out in stores in New Zealand in September.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wait a minute, aren't your seasons backwards?
Yes, it's
They're
summer.
backwards.
It's summer in New Zealand.
I don't mean to say backwards. I mean to say it's opposite ours.
Right. It's summer when they have Christmas. It's summer.
That would be so
And that
strange.
would be, it's probably strange to you that it's cold here.
Yeah.
But I think that would be just very strange for us. Well, this is what we've grown up with. That's what they've grown up with.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So
Goodness. Homegrown herbs and give them away. That's a great idea.
here, Diana C. Socks, scarves, mittens, hats are the best present. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Where's mine? Here's the thing. Right here.
That's not your hat.
Where's my hat?
Your hat's in the.
Well, no, don't worry about it. I'll just
Okay.
show this as an example.
It's similar to this
Okay,
hat.
she got real wool
Mm-hmm.
and made me a hat similar to this, but it's real wool last year,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to tell you, it was amazing because when I'm out doing the drive, plowing and stuff,
Yeah.
it actually keeps your head completely fine. And actually, you made one of these for Prepsteader Bob.
Yeah, his head starts to sweat. He
He
can't
said-
wear it very often.
Yeah, he said I got to pull it off, and he said that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, so there is a way that you can buy wool where it's not super expensive.
You keep talking. I got something
Okay.
else.
If you go to Joann Fabrics or any craft store, they will have the pure new wool. You want the new wool. It's a little softer. It comes off of the younger lambs. But it is so great. It is so warm. And I'll use a double strand of the wool because it just makes it nice and tight, nice and thick. That way the wind's not going through. This was just a single strand, and you can see all those holes.
But the double doesn't.
The double doesn't. Well, of course, this is also a puff stitch hat, so it's completely different.
Okay, I love scarves.
And yet never wears them.
I do too. Well, I can't wear this here if I'm working, but Krista made me this scarf, and it's one of those long ones that's very, I guess, British.
Very British.
It's, you know, Doctor Who-ish.
Yeah.
And you take it and you go like this for the double look.
It's too wide.
Oh,
it should have been thinner.
This is perfect.
But this is
Just go
wool.
like that.
This is wool also.
Just like that, and you're all trendy. And a scarf like this, if you bought this, would be $250. It would easily be $250 for a scarf like this. And yet, what did it cost?
Well, we bought quite a few yards of material, and this is double thick.
Yep.
It's 2 layers of wool. I think we spent $50 on the material.
This is easily a $250 scarf.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
'Cause
could go
wool's
single.
expensive,
Well, you could
yeah.
go single layer, but this was meant for really being cold.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it works and it's awesome.
Yeah. We made 2 scarves out of this particular
So
material.
yeah, so this would be $25.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
And Debril, those long scarves, I got them caught all the time in bus doors.
Funny.
Oh no.
That's not funny, but funny. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, frankincense is very expensive.
Debbie Booth.
Oh, you
that
could
one?
make table runners.
Oh yeah.
In a very similar way. This is if you make it just a little bit wider, something like this could be a table runner.
And if you're saving money, look for all the bargains.
Mm-hmm.
There's skeins and all kinds of stuff that you can get super cheap.
Yep.
Let's see. Anybody else have a comment? Let's see. Dreamer's Homestead. Go ahead, Mama. Oh, the mixtapes. I'll get that one. Oh, I love mixed cassette tapes. My brother-in-law used to make them for me every year for Christmas. We were the only two like the kind of music in our family.
Funny. That's great.
So he made me one special for me.
There was someone else that had made them, or that her husband would make a mixtape every year for their anniversary.
And how great is that?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see?
Okay, Janice is asking, does the wool make you itchy?
No.
No.
It does when you wear
It's
it
kinda
at first.
scratchy.
When you wear it at first, it like a couple days, 3 days, but then it just kind of wears down where your neck is, and it's just like
It's numb, so you can't. You
No.
can't feel it. Yeah, wool can be scratchy. That's why I suggest for the hats, get the new wool because
Yeah.
it's not as scratchy as the
yeah.
other stuff. And why? Why is it so scratchy? I don't understand.
All right, guys. Well, summing up because we've gone over an hour. Honestly, I hope that these ideas have helped you figure out ways to cut that price tag down on the holidays, because I really don't think that we need to spend so much money to make awesome memories.
Yeah, right. That's
You know?
true. That is so
Just
true.
got to get creative. You got to think about, how can I do this? And that's why I like that playlist so much, because you're straight up talking straight to somebody through music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Mike DeFazio. He says, very good ideas.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've had a good time. We hope you learned something.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah. So with that, I'm Brad.
I'm Krista.
And I'm going to go shut this thing off.
Okay, have fun.
So, all right, Mama, dance.
No.